Quicksilver in X-Men.
I haven't
What are your
seen that.
takes?
I haven't seen that yet. No.
Okay.
I'm sure it's. I mean, I never really even sort of focused in on that because it's such a different. Like it was a different era. I think it's like set in the '70s. So I haven't yet seen it, but I feel like and they don't have Scarlet Witch, and I think without Scarlet Witch, there's no real sort of contrast to show what Quicksilver's like. We really play Pietro and Wanda
The
Maximoff.
yin and the yang, yeah.
And the drama that comes from their background before they go to Hydra and get experimented on and become enhanced. There's a real sort of dark story there, and they lose their parents, and they're travelers at the end of the day, and they have one another to look out for, and that's all they have. So there's a real sort of a journey that they go on,
Survival.
which I don't think they have. So.
How excited were you to join the Marvel Universe, and what is it about their formula that you think continues to work so well?
Oh, it's that balance of just being able to play the drama and the emotion, but then just have like that light humor to it, and the banter that when they put, the sort of egos that superheroes must have, and you got like Iron Man in one and Thor in the other, and then you put us in there, and then like my guy's like super fast, and he's hot-tempered and frustrated. Everyone's so slow, and then it's like everyone just butts heads, and then you just get this beautiful kind of magic, and Joss knows how to kind of play that. It's like a freaking Rubik's
And Joss
cube,
is able to use every single character's voice. Like I don't know how many voices he has going on in his head because there's a lot of us, and he's able to write well for every single character.
Well, he's a tough character to play. I mean, he's what you would hope to be as a man. I mean, he's the kind of guy that you kind of aspire to be. And luckily, Joss and the Russos and Marvel, they always try and give him challenges, so he doesn't end up just being vanilla.
Captain America 3 is opening the same weekend as Batman vs. Superman. Does that put a lot of pressure on you, on your shoulders, to carry the next movie?
There's pressure regardless of what you're opening against, whether you're opening against nobody. I mean, there's always pressure to make sure your movie is well received and quality.
Is Cap taking more of a leadership role within the Avengers in the new movie? Like a clearly defined one?
This is so tough. You're going to have to see it. How about that?
Now that Cap is kind of disillusioned with S.H.I.E.L.D. and like the veil's been lifted, where are we going to find him in Avengers 2?
He's a soldier by nature, so he's obviously used to a format that is one of kind of a chain of command. And since there is no S.H.I.E.L.D. and we are kind of leaning on each other as a team, it's a little bit of a foreign dynamic for him. God, it's so tough making a Marvel movie doing press. What can you say?
Chris Pratt told me that if he could see the Guardians team up with the Avengers, he would pick Captain America to team up with. Who would you like to team up with in the Guardians?
Did he say that?
He did.
Then I'm going to say Chris Pratt.
Oh, cop out. Come on.
What do you think? All right, guys, we gotta go. Last question right here. Captain America taking over. There's a new Captain America coming in who's black. What do you think about that?
Well, that's the comic books.
Yeah, I know, but what do you think about that in general? Like Captain America taking over by somebody?
Well, but that's comic books are different than the movies.
Very personal for Thor because his brother was the villain. What are the stakes like for him in this one?
Well, this is kind of there's a whole lot going on in this one. I mean, the first film was about them coming together and forming a team, and this is about that structure being challenged and threatened, and about them kind of falling out, if anything, and working out kind of where they all stand and what they do believe in, because they're faced with something that forces them all to think a little differently when they have in the past. And in Thor's instance, he sees a bigger picture. There's something else going on. This particular event could, spiral off into the rest of the universe. And so it's nice. I think everyone has a good kind of through line with this one.
What makes Ultron and James Spader the ultimate villain?
I mean, Ultron is the artificial intelligence, and it basically has every piece of information that is and ever was, and is able to, manipulate all sorts of problems, and has very personal issues with all of us. He has a sort of biblical philosophy and sort of, philosophical kind of views on, what we do as heroes and why we're here, and are we a good thing or a bad thing, and it's pretty fascinating when you start looking into it. And every day I'll talk to Joss about it and still get a new understanding of what it is.
The fans are really upset that you haven't been wearing your helmet lately.
All
We're
right.
going to see the helmet again.
Don't know. We still got a couple of weeks to shooting left, so maybe I'll go and throw it on.
How does Thor get along
It's
with Vision?
uncomfortable though. Sorry?
How does Thor get along with Vision? Does he understand it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a question mark, you know, and that's what's interesting. No one really knows where they stand with him and what his involvement is going to be. And I can't kind of give away the storyline, but yeah, it doesn't start off on the best way.
Two more questions. Chris, how long do you see yourself?
I mean, I've got a few more left contractually, but I love it, you know, and as long as they'll have me. I mean, especially coming to events like this, you kind of realise, you know, what you're part of is pretty special, and you wouldn't get from any other film. You know, so yeah.
Any updates you can give us on a potential Thor 3?
I don't know. I mean, I you know, hope we're doing another one and think we're doing another one, and I don't know anything official as of yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Why do you love Comic-Con?
You know, because you get to meet the biggest fans you'll ever have, you know, and especially in that hall where you know, there's thousands of people there who know more about these characters than you do and have more commitment and dedication.
I think we're going to get a handful of his personality in this one, which is actually quite fun for me to sort of explore with Joss. Because the last one obviously didn't get to. But yeah, this one is a lot more of Hawkeye and understanding who he is and what he is and how he does what he does. And he's got another bag of secrets too that are revealed in this. Relationships also, like with Scarlet and others, are deepened. And it's great. It's
How will
fantastic.
his relationship with Black Widow kind of develop?
What's that?
How will his relationship with Black Widow develop?
How we'll develop it, so you'll understand. Well, one thing has to be revealed, then you'll understand that what it is ultimately. Again, I can't tell you. What's that?
I think she's been really sad lately about you.
You think she's sad?
Yeah.
Why? She's not getting laid or something? No, there's a lot more to reveal, and it's been very exciting. I've had a lot of fun on this one.
Other than your fantastic performance, what do you think it is about Hawkeye that's so compelling as a character?
I don't know what other people think about it, but for me, I just love that he's human, that he's flawed, and has limitations. And now discovering his personality, his sense of humor, his sarcasm, and his wryness and irreverence, and those sort of things is what I really like about him. But I do like that he's very fallible, and but he perseveres and he's tenacious.
Could you tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about what it was like with the fans again today? Was it what you expected or even crazier?
Oh, it feels very post-coital, I feel like, after experiencing that panel. It's pretty amazing. It's amazing to see that footage put together. Literally, I'm leaving on a plane in an hour still to go shoot some more. But we see that, and it's like kind of inspiring to kind of know, like,
How is Tony Stark as a boss?
Well, I mean, if you're living rent-free in an $8 billion tower in New York, I mean, how bad can that be? Until he starts messing things up.
What's Tony Stark's relationship?
I would say that these are about as high as they've been. But the nice thing in Age of Ultron, what Joss Whedon has done exceptionally well, I've never really seen it quite done like this before, is it really is a Swiss watch of character and action and stakes, and it's easily the best bad guy plot I've ever even read in a script, let alone gone out and shot.
Tony was feeling like a lot of issues in Iron Man 3.
Tony's issues. Go ahead.
Tony we meet at the beginning of Avengers 2.
Tony's kind of okay. They're wrapping up some old business, and it seems like everything's fine. The problem is, it's always that thing. If Tony's like, oh, I have a really good idea,
What's Tony Stark's relationship with Vision like?
All I can think about is Paul Bettany. I could go out to dinner with Paul Bettany every night for the rest of my life. He's the most charming, funny, cool guy in the world. And his relationship to Vision, I can't really, disclose too much, but I want to say that the way that Vision occurs is absolutely astonishing. And what I saw, because I was at close proximity to Bettany, you kind of, everybody feels like they have a sense of him from playing Jarvis, and Vision isn't Jarvis, but when you see what Bettany does with Vision, I think you're going to really dig it.
Do you
Thanks,
think
guys. Last question.
letting loose technology on the world, just like without any artificial intelligence,
Right.
how do you think that could really play out in
Well, I mean, it could be the singularity, or it could be, you know, Terminator 9. Who knows? You know, that's the thing. It's a big question mark, and fortunately, that's addressed in this. All your questions about existence will be answered in Age of Ultron.
Thank you very much. Spoke to Joss Whedon about doing the film, and we talked about what the process would be with performance capture and everything else. He said that we were going to be working with Andy Serkis's company, Imaginarium, in that, and they were our partners in terms of capturing the performance for Ultron. And they were fantastic. But for me, meeting Andy and doing a scene with him, we spent a whole day working together, and it was really one of the great pleasures of doing the film.
Is he playing it? He's playing another scene.
Yeah, he's playing a character in the film.
Now, Ultron.
He was actually in the teaser for a moment, but he's got a beard, and he was in disguise, but he's playing a character in the film.
Now, Ultron is essentially the quintessential Avengers villain, and from what I understand from the footage that was aired in Hall H, things get pretty dark for the Avengers. Just how bleak are things going to get during the Age of Ultron?
They get very, very dark. He's a very, very dark guy. I mean, he, what you saw from him in that first scene where he shows up in the teaser was sort of the first iteration of him, and then it grows and evolves from there. But his idea for how to solve the problems of humanity and the prism through which he sees the world is very, very dark and biblical in a way.
How did you come up with the voice?
It was my voice.
Your own voice?
Yeah.
You're not mimicking anything?
I wasn't. It was just my voice.
Great. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Very